All right, everyone, so I'm outside of the post office here and I'm about to get some 22-cent stamps. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm gonna do with these stamps. It's gonna be pretty rad. One of the things that's really challenging about running and operating a business is that the whole notion of working on a business versus working in your business. And yeah, it's a tough balance. So like, for example, now I've got some orders I've gotta fill and I need to get that done. But I'm really excited about this. I should probably have this turned around for this part. So I learned about Dan Kennedy here from actually a podcast I really like called The Game. I'm telling you, if you are into business and you want to learn about business, or if you run a business, just listen to the entire The Game podcast. I haven't gone all the way through it yet, but there's so much business information in there, and I learned something from every episode. And it's stuff I wish I had known from the beginning. This is the No BS Guide to Grassroots Marketing. He's got several books, and one of the things that Dan is very famous for is direct marketing. So I created this letter here. This first wave of letters I'm sending to massage therapists, and the reason why I chose to send the tea and the letter to massage therapists is because I have a massage therapist who really likes our tea, and this is the bookmark from our company here. So you open this up, it's gonna have a code for $5 off your first order. It expires in a certain amount of time. So then it's got some testimonials in here from some of our customers, and then it even has in here sort of a order form. The one thing I'm not including is a return addressed envelope. And the reason I went to the post office and I got those stamps is because when you get the sample and here's the cool stamps. This is for the extra ounce. So this is, because it's slightly over an ounce when you put this sort of thick paper, as well as the sample and the bookmark in there, then yeah, it's over an ounce. And the Forever stamp, which I also got some really cool new Forever stamps. These are for the Year of the Snake here. That only covers up to an ounce. I mean, this is the first time I'm trying an approach like this, and my goal is to send out 100 of these samples to the healthcare practitioners, introduce new people to our business. I want people to drink good tea. This tea, it took me 20 some years to find tea of this quality. And so if I can help people find it quicker, then I feel like I'm doing a service, and it's just such a much better product than what is available in the supermarkets when you go in the tea aisle. So, I really believe wholeheartedly in our product, and I want to help people experience the quality and learn about our product as soon as possible. So I'm just trying to reach out to people that I think might be, interested. Yeah, I'll hope to share the more business tips and sort of strategy, or what we're doing to create sales. And if you have any comments or questions or suggestions for me, please leave them below, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. These are cases right in here, these are cases of teas like this. This is tea that we've designed for the supermarket. They go in Kiva, Capella, Sundance, Market of Choice, Provisions, Marché, and several other small or local business retailers that sell our tea. So I'm about to go drop these packages off for a new Market of Choice that's opening in Hillsborough, and then once we fill the internet orders, and then I will start with the direct marketing campaign. So now my computer is not really working anymore. It says a critical software update is required, but then it says that it can't install it. Once it is trying to install it, it stops. Okay, I'm not sure if it matters, but it works now. So one of the perks of the job is I get to drink really good tea, and today I'm going to be drinking this 2014 Huangshan. All right, let's just do 5.2 grams. That looks good. One of the quotes I heard that I really like was that a business stays in business to the extent that it can afford to pay for its mistakes. And that is certainly true, and we've made a few. We've made several mistakes over the course of the many years that we've been in business. And the other fun business fact I heard was that to accelerate your rate of success, just accelerate the rate that you make mistakes and you learn from those mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. A lot of times we're kind of averse to making mistakes, and or we think that, for example, that what we see is a really polished version of people's efforts. So we just forget that people make mistakes, and organizations make mistakes, and making mistakes is just a part of the process. So I'm here to start documenting some of those mistakes and show you the behind the scenes of what's really going on when we're running a small business like this. So it's official. I've got the first of the direct mailer. It's going to require 2 stamps because this is over an ounce, and this cool bus stamp will cover the additional ounce. So 2 stamps, and it's got the Lunar New Year stamp and a bus stamp. So first one's done, and here we go. Let's do another one. So to do this correctly, this one folds first, and we'll fold it as closely, as possible to the line. That needs to be folded a little bit more like, I probably, when I do this again, I'll probably do it on a little bit less thick of a paper, because this is kind of ridiculous how hard it is to fold that. And then let's fold this one in here like that. Cool. And then we get the tea sample and a bookmark. Okay. And then we'll put those in the envelope. You know, honestly, if this works, it'll be a miracle. Good tea here, so I hope people open these. If you ever get a package like this in the mail, please open it and drink the tea. It's pretty cool. I'll do a lick one. It's been a long time. Tastes pretty good, actually. Bringing back the memory of the lick, the memory of the taste. That's cool, man. I hope these people open these, just, you never know what's gonna happen. Goes out in the universe. It's got the "You're the Snake" stamp. That's good luck, at least. Dan Kennedy, who is I would say it's pretty underrated. Dan Kennedy's underrated. Because again, this goes back to I wrote a blog post about this recently, but if I send 100 of these, it's probably costing me around $400 total. And if I get 3 lifetime customers that spend about $3,000 over the course of their life, then that's a $9,000 off of a $450 investment. It's a pretty good deal. So, and like I said, it's completely measurable because because I can know exactly who I sent these to and know exactly how many people, if any, or how many people respond. But my plan is to try this out till I have a decent sample size, which would be, I would say, what was it? Back in statistics, the decent sample size would be something like 10,000. Man, that's quite a bit, considering I've got 5 here. But if I did this for 100 more days, that's what, 2 bookmarks. That's too generous. Let's go with 1. But the good thing is, it's happening. Now my mouth's super dry. If I lick 100 of these, my mouth's gonna be glued shut. So, yep. And I forgot to put the stamps on this one. All right, everybody. Let's see what happens. Additional ounce.